Hello again, everybody. Welcome into a special Wednesday edition of Inside IU Volleyball with Coach Dunbar. I'm Greg Murray. For the second consecutive weekend, the Indiana Hoosiers split 2 matches on the road, this against Nebraska and a win against Iowa.
Yeah, I was really excited. I thought the Nebraska match was a little bit of a strange match, really dominated by one team each set except really the fourth set. So I was kind of hoping we could push that to a 5-set match and see what happened. But I was proud of our fight. I was proud after the first set of being able to come back. And then obviously at Iowa, they beat us in 4 at our place. So to go into their place and beat them in 3, I thought was a good step in the right direction for where we wanted to go.
In that Nebraska match, you guys struggled coming out a little bit, dropping 25-11. But as you mentioned, a great response in the second set, winning wire to wire. The first tie in the match came in the 4th set at 1-1. The team who won the first point won the entire set, each of the first 3 sets. Very unique time in that volleyball match. But what do you think was the biggest difference shifting from the first set to the second set?
Well, you come out in that first set and you really don't, the kids are excited to play in that environment, but you really don't know how you're going to perform. And I thought we looked very intimidated, very scared, very careful in everything we were doing. And so, rather than get really frustrated with them, I said, I'll just wipe the slate clean and let's start over. And, you can't really do anything about that. There's nothing we can really take from that set. So the fact that we came out and I think it was 3 or 4-0 in the second set, I knew that they were ready to play again. So once we started taking big swings and we were in system with our passing, I thought we could do about anything we wanted to. But then in that 4th set, I think we were up 21-20 and just couldn't finish it out. And credit to Nebraska, they did some really good things at the end, and we didn't pass the ball as well as we needed to.
It was a 4-set defeat to the 9th-ranked Huskers at the time. Overall, how do you think the team handled such a tough environment that was at the Coliseum? It nearly filled the capacity almost 30 minutes before the match even started.
Yeah, and we talked about it before, but it's really fun to play there. And I'm really happy it's the last time we'll play in the Coliseum before they open up their new Coliseum next year. And so it was really good for the seniors and even the young kids to be a part of that. But I thought we handled it fairly well after the first set. And, really the crowd didn't get totally involved until that 4th set when there were a ton of ties, and the crowd really got into it. And that was really fun, I thought, to be a part of. But, again, just a great environment to play in for volleyball. For any sport, it would be a great environment.
The 4th set, 25-22, Nebraska ended up winning after 0 ties through the first 3 sets. 8 ties and 6 lead changes all in that 4th set. Very exciting volleyball. The team responded extremely well the next night against a struggling Iowa team, but came in to Iowa City at Carver Hawkeye Arena and won in 3 straight sets.
Yeah, that was nice. The first 2 sets, I don't think we played our best volleyball, and we came in that break and talked about it, and I said, how do you guys feel? And they're like, not very good. Even though we were up 2-0, they didn't feel like they were playing their best. And so I thought we made some really good changes in that 3rd set and ended up being up, 16-8 or 17-8 at one point. And I thought we were playing much more inspired volleyball and just better quality, And so I felt like at the end of the 3rd set, when we swept them, I think there was a much better feeling than just, because we always talk about winning is fun, but playing at your highest level is fun. We've lost some matches, Nebraska at home in 5, and knew we played some really good volleyball, and that's fun volleyball still, even though you didn't find the win. And so it's not just about winning. It is, you want to get the win and everything, but you also want to feel like you played your best. And I thought finally in that 3rd set against Iowa, I thought we played some really good volleyball and left on a really high note of feeling that way.
Jordan Haverly had a double-double in each of her 2 matches this weekend, her 13th of the season, continuing her very strong success. Who else stuck out for you this weekend?
I thought Sam had a great match against Iowa, and I thought everybody was a little bit up and down against Nebraska. Kelsey Marshall started off pretty bad against Nebraska and then ended pretty good and then had a great match against Iowa. I thought Morgan kind of did the same thing, was a little bit up and down when she was on. She was very, very good. Caitlin Hansen had some good matches, some good sets, and I think the problem with us, and I've talked about this a lot, but is the consistency. The problem is individually they're not very consistent, and so as a team we're not as consistent as we'd like to be. When we're playing our best, I truly believe that we can compete with anyone in the country, and I think we've proven that. When we're on, we beat Nebraska 25-18 in that set, and there's several sets like that throughout the season. But so I was happy with Saturday night just to be able to put 3 sets together. I think that's a big key for us as we go down the stretch, against 4 ranked teams in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. A tough test starting on Friday, the Penn State Nittany Lions. The Hoosiers are 4-4 in their last 8 matches, 3 wins on the road. against some good competition in the Big Ten. You guys were able to take a set at Rec Hall at Penn State. Yeah. How much of an advantage is it now that you have them at your own home place, and what do you want to carry on from that match or the Hoosiers' recent play against the Nittany Lions?
Well, I thought, to play them to 4 sets on the road is a very tough environment at Rec Hall. So obviously we're excited to play 3 out of our 4 final matches at home. Penn State is great. They're number 2 in the nation for a reason, and they do some very, very good things. I think we have to play at our highest level, and we have to play big. We have to take big swings. We have to take big chances with our block moves and with all the type of movement we make with defense. We have to be in system, and we have to serve extremely aggressive to be able to compete at that level. And
the competition just continues. A very tough Ohio State team the next night. Another team that defeated the Hoosiers in 4 sets back in Columbus about a month ago. It's also senior night that night, and that could give a big emotional lift to the Hoosiers.
Yeah, I think, we won on senior night last year against Iowa, I think in 5 sets, if I remember right. And senior night's always a special night at University Gym, and we're doing it a little bit early this year just because our last home match is Minnesota, but it's over Thanksgiving break, and so we wanted to give a chance for to have a bigger crowd with the students still in town and everything for our seniors to honor them after 4 great years that they've put into our program.
Whitney Granado, Sam Thrower, as well as Kelsey Marshall will all be honored in that match, a very special event each and every year to thank them for their services at Indiana University.
Yeah, they've done so many good things. I mean, we're going to miss them a lot. And, the fun thing for me is to see them still in practice and not counting down the days, and really sad, that they only have really 2 weeks, a week and a half or so of practices left. And, I think when they get to this point, they're still thinking, man, maybe I could play 1 more year. Maybe I could do this a little bit longer. And so I think they're trying to milk every second they can out of, playing volleyball and being with their teammates and, playing in the Big Ten. I mean, it's something they always dreamed about, and now they're getting to fulfill that, and, with just a short time left in their career. So, all of them have good things to look forward to. I know at least one of them is looking to play after college. Some are looking at grad school and law school and all those type of things, but they've all been very successful in the classroom, and they'll do big things after.
We'll now take it to a very special segment of the year here on Inside IU Volleyball, the recruiting portion, as there are 4 new recruits coming to Indiana University for next season.
Yeah, which is, it's just a cycle. You see these seniors leave and go on to bigger and better things, hopefully, and we get a whole new crop in. So since it's Wednesday and it's signing day, it's a really exciting day for Indiana to bring in 4 new representatives that are just great kids, come from great families, and are super excited about being Hoosiers.
4 players that play 4 different positions. All will provide a little something different for the Indiana Hoosiers. Taylor Lebo, Allison Hammond, Megan Tallman, and Jazzmine McDonald will all become Hoosiers.
Yeah, the great thing is they are all 4 different positions, so they'll help us add a little depth, to each of those positions. Taylor Lebo has actually played outside for her club program and for her high school. She's a first-team All-State from Indiana. She's up for Player of the Year in the state of Indiana, which is fantastic. But will play libero for us, and play defense for 4 years. But it's just nice that she's so versatile. She's done a lot of things on the court. And then Allison Hammond is from down near French Lick, Springs Valley High School, and outside hitter that's played for Hoosierland Volleyball Club. So we've seen her for a long time and been able to evaluate her. And, she's grown up a Hoosier, which I love. Her dad's an athletic director. So she's just been around sports all of her life, and I think, she's going to love just being close to home, having her parents be able to see her play a lot, and I think she'll add a lot to our outside hitter position. She can pass, she can play defense, she's an excellent blocker, which I really like. That's a hard skill to teach, and I think she's a natural blocker, so that'll be really nice on the left side. Jazzmine McDonald, dad was a pro football player and played in college, and super, super athletic. Cathedral High School, another Indiana kid, which, when I took the job 6 years ago now, we talked so much about keeping the best Indiana kids at home. And, 3 out of the 4 of our kids are from Indiana, and 3 out of the 4 are first-team All-State in Indiana, so that's exciting. But Jazzmine is a 6'2" middle blocker that is just super athletic, touching probably 10-4. Playing Munciana Volleyball Club this year for Mike Lingenfelter, and so I know that'll help her skills a lot and help her transition into the Big Ten. But just, she is physical enough for the Big Ten, and I think that's what I like so much about her. And And I think when you add strength to that, once she gets here, I think you're going to see her really blossom into, one of the best middle blockers in the Big Ten, I hope. So, and then the last one, Megan Tallman, who missed part of her high school season, had to have surgery on her finger. She's a setter, and but she came back and had a great, rest of her senior season, and I think she'll add a lot. Now that we have Katie Gallagher, we'll have two young setters that are very athletic and a little bit different, which is really great. Megan adds a little bit more height. I think she's about 5'10" and jumps really well and is super competitive. So, just all four are very athletic and are going to come in. They understand what Indiana is all about and what being a Hoosier is all about. They all came in on their official visits together, and it was very, very fun and very exciting for them. And they're already getting to know each other and kind of even talking about what goals they want and the legacy for their class that they're going to come in and leave. And I think that's very exciting. We've been emailing about that and talking to them about that to already start thinking about it, because it'll be here, just like the seniors say, their 4 years go so fast, and these kids, they'll be the same thing. And so they don't want to wait too long, already want to start thinking about, what do I want to leave at Indiana? How do I want to help the program be better from when I come in to when I leave?
One class ending their career this weekend with senior night, a very important time. Another class ready to come back in, so we welcome them to the Hoosier Family 2013 recruiting class. Thank you, Coach, for joining me on this edition of Inside IU Volleyball. I'm Greg Murray.